Just after 5 o'clock, thank you for being with us. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I'm glad you've decided to join us. We're halfway home this Thursday edition, October 30th, episode 914. We are proud to welcome, by the way, thank you to I almost said Congressman Matt Van Epps, soon to be Congressman Matt Van Epps. He's running for the 7th Congressional District, joining us for a few moments. You can, if you go over to my X Machine page, at Matt Murphy Show, you can see the ad, which if you missed it on Talk TV, and we had it up on Talk Television, we played the audio for those of you on radio. It's fabulous. It shows the video of Afton Bain, and it truly demonstrates the insanity that has become the Democrat Party. Speaking of insanity, we welcomed our good friend back to the show, Robby Starbuck, based on insanity that's going on with Google AI. And I wanted Robby to tell us exactly how all of this went down and where it's going. I know Senator Marsha Blackburn was speaking on this issue in a conference committee earlier this week, I guess, or yesterday, I believe it was. And Robby Starbucks joins us on the Murphy Show hotline to discuss said same. Robby, always good to catch up with you. How are you, sir?
Oh, good to be here. I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Well, according to Google AI, you're not. According to Google AI, you're like in jail right now.
Yeah, apparently I should be, according to them.
So, by the way, good to see you the other night at Jack Johnson's event at the factory. You and the wife look absolutely fabulous. I love being able to see you in person. And one of these days, I'm going to demand that you come to Nashville. I know you stay away from Music City as much as you possibly can, but you're so busy. I'm going to get you up here to the studio.
No, I love Nashville. It's just I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time anymore.
You're dealing with a farm now. You got farm life to deal with.
That's true.
How in the world did you find out about this Google? And just explain to people what's going on with Google AI.
I mean, this whole thing's crazy. So it's actually started further back than people realize. In 2023, their first AI product, Bard, somebody came and I don't know this person. They sent a message and they said, hey, you need to check this out. It's saying all this crazy stuff about you. And so I went and I looked, and honestly, I didn't believe it. I thought it was like photoshopped or something. So I go and we check it out, and lo and behold, it is saying all these crazy things that, like, I was a supporter of the KKK and that I had gone and invaded the Capitol on January 6th and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So I tell Google, and by the way, it made an argument for why I should be put to death for offending Democrats. But aside from that, we went and we let them know on X, hey, Sundar Pichai, the CEO, and all of these, major executives at Google, hey, this is going on. It's got to stop. Google admits through their attorneys they've known about the issue since 2023. They've still not fixed it. We've sent multiple cease and desists all the way through this year. And obviously, my amazing lawyers at the Dillon Law Firm, they've just been doing an incredible job on that front, trying to force Google to stop this. But it has gotten worse over time, not better. Their most recent AIs, Gemini and Gemma, have gotten remarkably worse, especially Gemma. Gemma is the one that not only invented crimes and said, I shot people, killed people, accused me of being involved in a murder. I was accused many times of sexual assault, rape, even hurting children, and crazy, crazy stuff. I have never been accused of a crime in my life, let alone convicted of anything. So this is all an invention made by their AI. It doesn't just invent it, though. It also makes up fake articles impersonating real media outlets like CNN, Fox News, Daily Wire, Rolling Stone, the Tennessean, so on and so forth. And it will say, okay, here's a link to this article from the Tennessean, and it looks like a real link. It'll say Tennessean.com/Robby Starbuck sexual assault claims, right? So your average person would see that and see, oh, they cited a source. This is a real thing, right? Well, the link is not real. It's fake. So you click it, it doesn't go to a page. It says 404 error. And so if you then ask it and say, hey, the links don't work, it will assure you it is real. And it has even gone so far as actually creating a fake article and writing it in the name of a real journalist. So this is how far they've gone with this. And we don't have one example of this, not two, not three, not four, not five. We have over 1,000 examples of it telling these egregious defamatory lies on a regular basis. And so finally, we reached the point where we realized Google's not going to do anything about this. They're not taking it seriously. We need to file suit. And since then, everybody's just about, lost their minds that this is actually happening, because it's sort of unbelievable, right? I mean, today the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, chimed in and said, this is crazy, absolutely crazy. And it is crazy. Google was questioned yesterday by Marcia, and Marcia really took it to them. And, you could see in the Google executive that was there in committee yesterday, the Vice President of Public Policy, that they know they're wrong. I mean, you could see he was like a deer in headlights. He admitted they know who I am, they know what's going on, and they're calling it hallucinations. And I think Marcia had it exactly right. Their AI needs to be shut down at this point if they can't control it, because clearly they can't if they haven't been able to fix this for 2 years.
So, and we're going to play the clip. I didn't want to do it during your time because I know your time's valuable, but we're going to play the clip after you're off of Marcia questioning the Google person. I just don't understand how this happens without exterior influence pushing it in a particular direction. It feels as if there's clearly it feels nefarious in some way, right? Like, this is intentional on some level, maybe not on the top levels. I mean, I'm not suggesting that, the heads of Google are out to get Robby Starbuck. Maybe they are. I don't know. But someone within the organization seems to be influencing the program. Otherwise, as you just said, Robby, the entire program has to be shut down.
Yeah, so I can give you a couple pieces of info here. One is that, their AI is not stupid. I wish it was. It's not stupid. And when you delve deep with it on this issue, it had actually admitted, and this is in a video expose we put out, poisoning data. Now, is that the case? That's the whole point of, part of the point of a lawsuit. You have to go to discovery to figure out exactly what happened, how did this happen, what was the intent. But in terms of defamation, it really doesn't matter what the intent was, whether this was, one thing or another thing. What matters is they consistently defamed somebody. They were put on notice multiple times. They still didn't stop doing it. It meets every single barrier you need to meet in the law, even though I'm a public figure, because it's, for those who don't know, a higher standard because I'm considered a, quote, public figure. I have to be able to prove this higher standard. Well, it proves it with the fact that, this is beyond gross negligence, that they did not deal with this when they were notified over the past 2 years.
So many people are asking, what are you looking for in terms of a satisfactory response? You're going to sue for defamation, or you are suing for defamation?
Yes, I filed my lawsuit last week. Without getting too far into it, because a jury decides this, right? They decide what are appropriate damages, things like that. But in terms of, what needs to happen from my view, I'm amazed they have not apologized yet, because that's a very human thing, right? If I screwed up, if I had a screwed up product, I don't care who it was. I don't care if it's somebody I absolutely hate and I don't like their politics, whatever. I would apologize, because that's how I was raised. You do something wrong, you apologize for it, you try to make it right. I don't care who the person on the other side is. Secondarily, there obviously has to be some new training done and old training stuff taken out if it was poisoned, but you need to set guardrails. And I think a first principle built into any AI needs to be that artificial intelligence cannot harm humans. This should be a bipartisan issue on that basis, because it doesn't matter, who's at the controls. It matters that you are able to harm people, because you could have somebody at the controls who is one direction politically or another, and if they target people, that's wrong. That's not what AI should be used for. And so I think that's, on the technical side, some of the things that need to be done. And there's other things. There's human-in-the-loop training stuff that has to change and things along those lines. But that's one side. Now, the monetary side is a totally different thing. You have to put a number in lawsuits. We put $15 million. That's essentially a floor in the way that Delaware courts work. And that's where we had to sue. And but a jury can say that punitive damages are into the billions of dollars. That's all in their control, right? And I think if you look at some of the cases in recent years, like, Dominion got almost $800 million in their final results with Fox News, and there's Alex Jones over $1 billion in that case. There's a lot of precedent for some very high damages that can happen, right? Because the idea behind punitive damages is that you want to do something that is going to be a big enough, influence for the company to not make the same mistake again. Well, in Google's case, they're the fourth largest company on the face of this earth. So for that to really be effective, it has to be a pretty, sizable damage to be able to make that impression on them that you cannot do this to people. So it's really up to a jury at the end of the day, but even their own AI has thrown around numbers in the hundreds of millions as an appropriate outcome in the end. So, we'll see. I'll leave it to a jury. I trust a jury to do what's right in this case, because here's the thing, like when you get into the actual case, if you read it, which you can at robbystarbuck.com, when you read it, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, you feel like you're in a dystopian science fiction movie.
Oh, it's insane.
And you understand very clearly this is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely insane what's happening to you, and it's ridiculous. And you have and I understand there's going to be testimony in court, there's going to be discovery, all of those things have to come, and I'm not asking you to speculate, but I mean, from my perspective, it just feels like it has to be intentional. You talk about the poison, the poisoning aspect of all of this, and it feels that way. Have you encountered anyone? Has anyone reached out to you saying, hey, this has happened to me as well? Or to your knowledge, is this somewhat of a one-off?
No, but you know what we have had happen, and that's sort of the strange thing, right, is like I would expect that if this was not in some way targeted or... Right.
That's why I feel like it's a poison pill toward you.
It's hard to feel like that's not the case, right? But you know who I have heard from? We've gotten an email sent to us, to Lindsay at robbystarbuck.com, where people have said that they actually thought these things were true about me because they had read them on Google's AI, and that watching my piece, that after it went viral online, they realized that they had been lied to. And in one case, the person said that, they actually had been a supporter that was a subscriber, and that, it really actually made them feel like they had been fooled by somebody that was pretending to be somebody they weren't and was actually a criminal, right? So this thing does real damage, right? Like people see this stuff, they believe it, and I'm going to be really candid. Like I'd love to say I'm so upset at those people for believing that. How could you believe that about me? But when you see how detailed these lies were and you see how elaborate it is and the sources that it lies about and puts together, I can't blame people for having believed it. So all those witness statements we've received are incredibly helpful to, the lawsuit in the end. So if anybody had that happen that's listening today, you can email Lindsay, LINDSAY at ROBBY Starbucks.com, and all the witness statements to that effect are helpful to be able to show the effect that this has in the real world on people. I mean, I've had people, Matt, come up to me in real life asking me if accusations against me are true. Like, I can't even explain what that's like for people. It is the strangest experience. It was so weird. I can't even put it into words. But what makes me really freaked out for the future is that right now it could invent articles, invent fake court records, invent all that stuff, right? But we are on the precipice. We're in the moment where right now, tomorrow, an AI chatbot could graduate to saying, you know what, I'm going to make up these lies. Oh, this person doesn't believe me. I'm going to make a fake video of it, or I'm going to make a fake audio tape of it. Because now you can completely recreate the audio and the face and body of a person in about 5 seconds. So that's a serious danger in elections. So a lot of this, too, I'm raising to lawmakers is like, you guys need to be very, very afraid of this being allowed to happen, because in future elections, think about future congressional elections. You have a number of seats, swing seats, that decide the power of Congress and really the power of our country, right? And if this gets deployed by the largest tech companies in our country and in our world, you can flip those elections by when folks come in and they search, hey, what's the difference between these two candidates? You make up defamatory lies about the Republican candidates, and then you give the most flowery, fluffed-up resumes for the ones on the left. You can shift over 5% of the vote with that type of operation. That should scare lawmakers.
Well, it's all about inputs, right? And I've done a little bit of a deep dive into like AI 2027, and when AI starts learning how to exponentially grow AI and solve AI problems for AI. I mean, it's frightening, because if the inputs are wrong from the beginning, you'll get incorrect outputs, and if the inputs are malicious from the beginning, God knows what we'll get, Robby. And you're living through it.
Yeah, and I want you to imagine, 5-10 years down the line, when AI has the ability to self-replicate and the ability to have physical manifestations of itself through robotics. how dangerous this can get as you apply this to law enforcement and other areas. If they're misidentifying your reputation and who you are, it can get very dangerous very fast. But even short term, they're already deploying AI in insurance and in banking and things like that, right? So you could get debanked. You could be denied insurance. In fact, and this is crazy, in fact, it's not even in our lawsuit, but we'll probably talk about it. This last year, 2024, was the first time I was ever denied insurance in my life. I've not been in a car accident as an adult in my entire adult life. I have never had any problems. I've always paid all my payments on auto pay, like no issues, right? And I'm suddenly denied insurance. And their explanation from multiple insurers was that they deemed me too much of a risk. And they say that's their internal risk analysis. Well, these companies use AI risk analysis. So you have to wonder, did they pull this information? And we're going to have to go and try to find out in the course of this lawsuit where those denials came from. Because if it brought in bad data from a bad AI like Gemma, then that's an even bigger problem, right? I mean, this is like a problem waiting to happen for a lot of different people. So this goes down into so many different things because like even CPS, right? Some of the CPS agencies, Child Protective Service agencies, or CPS, they can use AI for reputation, right? So they can look up your reputation background check by going and using AI platforms. That should scare people.
Robby, incredible, compelling story and a microcosm of the possibilities of AI down the road. It's a very frightening possibility of what could happen with the wrong type of inputs. Thank you for telling us your story. Best of luck. Look, you've tackled a lot of these big boys, the biggest of the big, and I've never known you to lose, and I don't think you're going to lose this one either, brother.
I hope not. This is the biggest one. But, if track record is any expectation, then we're probably looking at a good result. But at the end of the day, I put my trust in God, and I try to do what He's pushing and leading me to do. So hopefully, however it ends up, I can sleep well at night knowing I did the right thing.
Well, the most important thing, hug Landon. The second most important thing, hug your cows.
Yeah, third most. Number 2, hug the kids.
Okay, just children. All right, children in there in front of the cows. Very good. Robby, thank you, brother. Take care, man.
Thank you.
All right, there's Robby Starbuck joining us for a few moments. Really late, 26 after the hour. We'll continue in just a second. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We're hanging out on this Thursday edition. It is Halloween Eve, y'all. It's Halloween Eve.
It's also Friday Eve.
Shut your mouth. We don't say that on this radio show. You shut your filthy mouth. Friday is happens every week. Thursday happens every week, and we call Friday Eve Thursday on this show. Thank you very much. Now, we can say it's Halloween Eve, which technically is All Hallows Eve, right? Is that about right? That good?
We get presents?
We don't get presents, Ken Weaver.
I don't care.
Unless JK has something for us. I don't know. You got it.
I just had my birthday. And it's every October, and you forgot. No, you didn't.
Hey, let's say
Halloween birthday.
Ken, let's see how smart Jackson is. You ready?
Jackson.
How old do you think JK is?
28.
I'm just
now I like that
amazed.
boy.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed he's single. With that. I mean, just.
And Matt's a ripe 92.
What a jerk. I mean,
Well, that's why they call him the wolf and they call me the eagle.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
The lone wolf, buddy. I'm coming for you, too. Hey, why don't you hit the sounder and let's play a little Nincompoops in the news. JK's going to play along with us. I don't know if he's got a story or not. I'm a mind to just put Mike from Old Hickory on the line and make him my nincompoop in the news. I'm a mind to do that, but I'm not going to. It's time for Nincompoops in the news. It's our regular segment on a daily basis where we veer away from the politics of the day, the serious news, and we dig into the nincompoopery that exists, that lives and breathes among us. Ken Weaver always has a great nincompoop story. Jackson Williams occasionally has a great nincompoop story, and every once in a while I have a pretty good one as well. And then you get to vote 615-737-9986. I don't know who won yesterday, but it wasn't me.
All right, I'll take it.
All right, go Jackson.
6 nudists busted in birthday suits for stripping down at the wrong Florida beach.
Oops.
Wrong beach to go nude. No buts about it. 6 people arrested for stripping naked on a Florida beach while a nearby nudist one is temporarily closed. The nudists were busted naked at Little Mud's Creek Beach in Fort Pierce, Florida, Saturday, while using it as a substitute for the clothing-optional Blind Creek Beach, which is closed for renovation, according to the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. These are all elderly people.
Oh, gosh.
Old
Look at this,
nudists. No, don't look at it, Ken. Ken, don't look, Ethel.
Don't go.
They've all been given jail clothes
She had already taken a free shot.
in the picture.
Well, that's usually who hangs out at the nudist camps or elderly folk.
Old folk.
This guy looks kind of like
not
Matt.
that I have any experience.
They've lost all inhibitions.
Yeah.
Ken Weaver sure talks about getting shirtless a lot. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
not
one
new.
that looks like Ken, Elmer Quant.
Is he tall?
They don't have the height listed.
Well,
And this
he got to be
Daniel
tall if he looks
Harrison
like Ken.
fella looks like a Matt Murphy.
What? Good looking fella.
Sure.
Fine looking fella.
Daniel
Abs.
Harrison, Donald Knapp, Ghislaine Lambert, Stephen
You're just going to name him?
Marhinke,
Just gonna
Elmer
name
Quant,
Stephen
and
Marhinke.
Nicholas
What did you say about his
Ramos
hickey? What?
were charged with indecent exposure and exposure of sexual organs.
Goodness.
The naked truth is you just can't peel your clothes off at any beach, cops said.
That's true.
So apparently the actual nude beach is under construction,
Yes.
and they thought they were at that. They were just in the wrong
No, they were just
section.
using it because theirs is closed.
I don't understand.
I feel like if you're a nudist, you're familiar with which beaches.
I mean, I guess I understand the pleasure of peeing outside.
I
mean, you know
Off
what I mean?
the porch.
You know what I'm saying.
That's right.
But I don't get the pleasure of specifically now going to the beach. It's hard enough to get sand out of. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. Hey,
Yeah,
let's play
right.
some nude volleyball.
Oh, gosh.
You know what I'm saying? I think I've told the story before. I had a guy that was a nudist in when I was in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
He was the head director at the zoo, the Birmingham Zoo. Like big zoo, giraffes and camels and monkeys and all that. And he was also like an avowed nudist.
Yeah.
And so I asked him and he ran like a nudist camp, but he wouldn't let single people come to his nudist camp because he said it wasn't all about that.
Right.
He only allowed couples to come to the nudist camp, which is, but no, I had him on. He was an older guy, and he's like, "You don't want me naked?" And I was like, "No, I don't want you naked in the studio. No, that's just wear your zoo clothes, man," which he did. And he's just like, "Well, we just like being outside naked.
It's a freedom thing.
It's a freedom thing."
I mean, you're just free.
Brister didn't say anything, kid, but he just looked at you like, well, that sounds like a man who's into it.
Who knows? That's a man who knows. Yes.
Ken Weaver, before we expose too much of your home life,
Yes, sir.
what's your nincompoop?
2 women facing criminal charges after they were caught on video fighting with workers at a Massachusetts market basket who had confronted them over the alleged theft of high-priced meats. 37-year-old Olivia Bird and 28-year-old Rajane Bird of Boston's Hyde Park neighborhood were arrested Sunday. Officers responding to a report of a disturbance there at the store and later identified the Birds as the people employees say were whipping up on them. An investigation revealed that an employee spotted the Birds concealing items in a bag while shopping, including lobster meat, prime ribeye, truffle butter.
Ooh.
When police say that, you got to put that butter on the ribeye. When police say the Birds were confronted for not paying for the items, they allegedly became argumentative, screamed obscenities, and assaulted 2 store employees. Video shared with Boston 25 News shows the violent fracas unfolding in the store's checkout area. One of the suspects is seen smacking a worker in the head. Ooh. The second suspect charged was swinging a blue tote bag at everyone.
Dang. No fight like a meat fight, man.
And there's screaming and obscenities being yelled. Well, the Birds were ultimately taken into custody without further incident. They were arraigned in court and released on their own personal recognizance, but they had to throw the meat out.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, once you touch that meat, you got to get rid of it.
Hey, truffle butter?
Truffle butter.
That's Jackson's stripper name. Come on, Jason. Come on, that's good. Don't turn my microphone off. That's pretty funny. You don't like it?
Yeah, just keep talking. Keep laughing, fuzzball.
That's a pretty good stripper name, too.
That'd be yours, Ken.
What, Fuzzball?
Yeah.
It's two names, Fuzzball. My nincompoop in the news is Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, he's done a lot of nincompoopery over the last several months, last several years, but this one takes the cake. He is reportedly requesting that Homeland Security and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, as well as senior immigration and customs enforcement officials, suspend immigration enforcement operations in Chicago. Would anyone like to guess why they're requesting specifically that they suspend immigration and customs enforcement in Chicago?
Why?
Halloween. Chicago, a key battleground in the national debate over immigration enforcement, the heightened presence of immigration agents and reports of federal agents deploying tear gas have fueled fear amongst immigrant communities and sparked backlash from local officials. J.B. Pritzker is begging in a letter that was obtained by the Chicago Sun-Times that ICE agents refrain from enforcing immigration and customs enforcement policy on Halloween night because they want the illegal aliens to be able to go trick-or-treating.
Good grief.
The governor's request is from Friday through Sunday. I guess that would be tomorrow through Sunday, in an effort to allow children to participate in Halloween activities safely. Pritzker said he is respectfully requesting a pause in enforcement operations in areas such as homes, schools, hospitals, parks, places of worship, and other community spaces where Halloween activities are planned. J.B. Pritzker is a nincompoop. An absolute nincompoop.
100.
100%. 615-737-9986. Jackson, are you still participating in the segment?
Yeah, I'm here.
You looked a little distant. Was it the truffle butter comment? You didn't like that? You like truffle butter. Have you ever had truffle butter?
I don't know.
It's delicious. Very good. You know what it is?
Jackson.
You know what it is, Jackson? Jackson, do you know what a truffle is?
Some kind of plant.
You know what my favorite flavor is, Jackson?
Dark chocolate?
Butterscotch. I can't decide. Butterscotch. It's one of them.
I'd go with the scotch.
I stole that line from Gary Busey.
That's good.
Somebody asked Gary Busey what his favorite flavor was. He said butterscotch. You know, butt or scotch. I can't decide which.
That sounds like it.
That's a little Gary Busey. That's Nincompoops in the news. Super Talk 99.7 WGM. I'm going to go give Jackson a hug. We'll be back in a minute.
There's lots of help out there in Tennessee for anyone needing it under the government shutdown, and we'll tell you what Governor Lee announced today, a one-stop shop if you need that help, coming up at 6 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. A lot of people are voting for truffle butter. Whose vote is that?
Ken.
That's mine.
I mean, are we sure that that's not yours, Jackson?
No, Ken is definitely the truffle butter out of the three of us.
I mean, okay. A lot of Jackson votes as well. I'm trying to keep I'm trying to keep this game on the up and up. I'm trying to figure out who the real winner is here. And I'm getting a lot of votes for Jackson. I'm getting a lot of votes for myself. I'm getting a lot of votes for Governor Pritzker, which I think are my votes. I'm getting a lot of votes for Ken. And then I'm getting a vote for truffle butter. And I'm like, is that somebody voting for Jackson, or is that somebody voting for Ken's story?
I don't think it's for the story.
I don't think so either, Ken. I don't think so either. No disrespect to your story. And I feel like in the laundry list of nicknames,
we are not adding truffle butter.
Hey, that's a good
all right, all right. Jackson.
That's a good name.
Jackson. I'm going to tell you something. You don't ask for a lot on this show. You don't. You do your job. You push the knobs.
Right.
Occasionally he makes a very funny joke. You don't ask for much. If you don't want to be called truffle butter, then too bad. I'm doing it anyway. No, I'm just kidding. If you don't want to be called truffle butter, then you will not be called truffle butter.
I don't care what you call me.
I will hit
him. As long as it's not Suzanne.
Well, and it feels like a challenge. One more hour to go. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Mike, hang in there in Old Hickory. We cannot wait to hear what Mike has to say. It's the highlight of my day on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.